How is it that the Elephant Car Wash owes you $15,12.69?
That is for the damage that the car wash caused to my car and the car rental that'll be needed for the 2-day repair that the estimator at the shop told me it would take.
Our argument for not approving her claim is the pre-existing condition. For a soft touch car wash, which is what we have, we don't have the traditional nylon brushes that are spinning rapidly through there. We actually have microfiber cloth. It would be impossible for the microfiber cloth to cause gouging in her mirror. As you can see in photo number 5, there's just not a piece of the wash that could cause the abrasion, let alone the gouging that's part of there. We have acknowledged that, yes, that silver piece right there did come dislodged in the wash, which would have happened if she would have gone down the interstate at 70, 80 miles an hour.
There may or may not have been damage done to the car beforehand, but then the Elephant Car Wash did cause some damage to the automobile itself. So I'm going to fine them 50%.
If you enjoy our videos, you like what we do, and you want to support what we do, best way you could do that is to like, share, comment, subscribe. All that stuff gets our videos out to more and more people so that more people can watch them, enjoy them, and hopefully learn a little something.
So this looks like a mirror damage in a car wash. So Ms. Guthman, could raise your right hand, please? You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, I do, Your Honor.
I'll hear from you. How is it that the Elephant Car Wash owes you $15,12.69?
That is for the damage that the car wash caused to my car and the car rental that'll be needed for the 2-day repair that the estimator at the shop told me it would take.
Okay. Has it been repaired?
It has not yet.
Ms. Shuda, could you raise your right hand, please? You swear and affirm the information and testimony you provide will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead. What's your position on her request?
That Ms. Guthman entered into our car wash with previous existing damage, and we should not be held liable for the entire cost of the mirror because she violated our sign at the entrance by both entering the wash with pre-existing condition as well as not holding in her mirrors in the wash, which is her responsibility.
Okay. Are there the signs? Are those up anywhere? Are those
yes, sir. Yes, they're at the entrance of the car wash.
No, I know. I meant included in your submissions.
Yes, sir. It's on the last page of the submission.
Okay. How is that labeled? Oh, wait a minute. Here we go. Okay.
So by default, we denied her.
Just a minute, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
So Ms. Guthman, I'll come back to you. It's the very first thing it says when you need to fold in your mirrors.
Yes, the prep, the attendants that did the prep on my car, they went around the car and they did not push those in and just motioned me to keep going forward.
Okay. What's your position on her statement that there was a pre-existing condition here.
That is also not part of the car wash damage. I was sent a picture. This is attachment number 5. With the initially with the denial letter, I didn't get anything. I didn't get any photos. It just simply said, "We're denying your damage because of pre-existing damage." And then they sent just this photo on attachment 5, where they've circled this green spot that was not really visible until they zoomed in on it like this. And it was not even recognizable as my car until later they sent a second photo showing where this was taken and that they had zoomed it. And that spot that they have circled was simply something that was that once we realized what it was, we went out to look at it and it washed off with soap and water. So it had nothing to do with the damage the car wash caused, which was around the other side of the mirror. And if you look at attachment 7, you'll see that they've zoomed in the photo, the pre-car wash photo, and there is no evidence of any damage. And then there's also photos below that show what a mirror on the make and model of my car looked like, as well as the driver's side mirror on my car, which looks just like that. And they were stating that there was some sort of prior damage because it wasn't aligned. A plastic piece wasn't aligned correctly, and that's not what shows on the photos. There's no evidence of that.
Ms. Shuta, I'll give you the final word here.
Yes, sir. If you look through the photos that I presented, in photo 2 is obviously the zoomed in photo as she is entering the car wash. If you look at the piece of the mirror in question, you can see that the black portion, which is that part that came dislodged during the car wash, is not aligned, and that the reveal on there varies. So that was an indication to me as she entered the wash that there was the pre-existing damage. As you go down through the evidence that we have presented, these are pictures of her mirror after she exited the wash. You can see that not only was that one piece dislodged on there, but the main point in our argument for not approving her claim is the pre-existing condition. For a soft touch car wash, which is what we have, we don't have the traditional nylon brushes that are spinning rapidly through there. We actually have microfiber cloth. It would be impossible for the microfiber cloth to cause gouging in her mirror. As you can see in photo number 5, there's just not a piece of the wash that could cause the abrasion, let alone the gouging that's part of there. We have acknowledged that, yes, that silver piece right there did come dislodged in the wash, which would have happened if she would have gone down the interstate at 70, 80 miles an hour because there was the pre-existing damage. So that's also why in mediation, we would have liked to have settled with her for 50%. It's just not a fair ask for us to be responsible for $1,500 when she did not do her due diligence as the owner of the vehicle to alert us of pre-existing. It's also her responsibility, like I stated before, to fold in her mirrors, and she did not do that. In addition, the $1,300 claim, there's no evidence that she provided stating that she actually needed a full mirror. The estimate that she provided, yes, is for a mirror, but there's nothing to state that her mirror isn't actually broken and she needs a whole replacement as opposed to just that cover piece. Also, there's, I'm sure, several body shops in the area that would be able to not only provide the mirror for less money, but also I've seen those installed on a very regular basis on same day. It seems exorbitant to have to pay a rental fee for a 2-day install of a mirror that should be done in a matter of a couple hours.
Yes.
So, Ms. Guthman, I have in front of me the picture from, I think this was one that's had the red circle. Sir, is that the one you're referencing, Ms. Shuda?
Oh, okay.
Yes, sir. Part of that is that paint
So hang on just a
transfer.
second. You can stop there. So, Ms. Guthman, I'm looking at a picture that was submitted by the Ms. Shuta there from the Elephant Car Wash. And there's a chunk taken out of that, and I've, earlier, if you were paying attention, I said, I've never even been in a Tesla, which is true, but I've been through a car wash many, many times. And where you have that, there's an abrasion on there and then there's a chunk taken out of there. I have a tough time. I'm kind of sympathetic to the Elephant Car Wash argument that the brush probably didn't cause that. Is that? Because I've been through a car wash, and frankly, I've been through a car wash many times. Not I don't know what car wash this is, but when I have had my mirrors out, and I'm going to stop doing that going forward, that's for sure. But explain to me about that gouge, or did that not come from anywhere?
Okay, now are you looking at the photo that the defendant
got a red circle on it? Looks like there's, and I don't know what number it is. I think it's
at the top. Does it say attachment 1?
Yes.
Okay, all right. I know what you're talking about. Okay, there's some gouges. There's a gouge on the top and then a gouge on the bottom. And the car wash mirror, if you would, the car wash brush, they're indicating that there is no car wash brush. But if you'll look at also attachment 2, which is
I don't think that's what she said. I think what she said is the nature of the brushes they have would not cause damage like that, would not take a chunk out of your mirror. And then there's the round circle. It's on the bottom. There's a round circle out of a divot out of the mirror. And then if you go to the left of the round circle, there's another chunk.
Yes.
If you go to the right, there's kind of a black
and then
skid mark. And so I'm wondering what that's from. Are you alleging that's from their car wash?
Yes, it's all from the car wash. And if you look below where that black skid looking thing is on the bottom part of the mirror, you'll also see another ding. Can you see that?
It's a nick, yeah.
Yeah.
Which again also seems inconsistent to me with the brush.
Okay. Well, it's
I'm no expert here. Like I said, I'm not claiming to be. I'm just, from my practical experience in a car wash. That's why she raised that, and what she says, I think, kind of makes a little sense. So I'm asking you about it.
Well, I want to ask you to also look at my attachment 2 from the manager at the Elephant Car Wash and what he wrote after he saw this damage.
But right. He said customer noticed damage once they got home, called site to find out what to do, came back next day to fill out report. Side brush might have hit mirror in tunnel, chip, paint, and plastic.
And that was what he wrote. That wasn't anything that I said.
No, I know. I'm not. That's consistent with the other damage on the mirror, but I'm not. Anyway, let me hear from Ms. Shuta.
So on that last paper that you were just reading, it states at the top of there what the customer is stating, not what my manager is stating.
No, I get it.
Right.
I get it.
The other point that I wanted to bring up that I did not before is that for that day, this car wash in particular washed 67 vehicles total. We washed vehicles before Ms. Guthman's. We also washed 32 vehicles after hers, along with it not being consistent damage with the machinery that we have in the wash. If it had been some crazy anomaly, in there, I would have expected to see damage at least one of the other 32 vehicles that immediately came after her vehicle. And there were no other claims of damage consistent that day or any day after that.
All right, Ms. Guthman, I'll give you the final word here.
Your Honor, I can't tell you how car washes work. I can just say that my car did not have this damage on it. And if you will, before the car wash, and if you'll look at the photos that were provided from the defendant, photos number 1 and 2 of my car at the entrance of the car wash, which is what I had been requesting all along, but they provided it now. You will see that there is no visible damage to my car, to the mirror.
And where is that again in the?
That's in the defendant's evidence, and it's photo number 1 and photo number 2. And the first one is of my car at the entrance when I'm about to enter, and then they have zoomed in on it for their second photo to show that mirror, and they were claiming prior damage. There is nothing that's showing prior damage.
All right, here's my ruling with regard to this case today. So just based on finding that Ms. Guthman did get her car washed at the Elephant Car Wash. Again, there are some pictures of her entering where there's no visible damage. The damage that we discussed earlier with the red circle around it, that from the angle of the photograph that was taken, you couldn't see that anyway. It does have the sign says, pull in your mirrors. Sometimes I've been through a car wash where sometimes the attendants do that. Sometimes they don't. In this case, there's no dispute that they didn't. They went through, and then a small amount of damage was done to the mirror. And so I'm going to look at this as kind of a combination. It's like 50% at fault, maybe for Ms. Guthman not pulling in her mirror. There may or may not have been damage done to the car beforehand, but then the Elephant Car Wash did cause some damage to the automobile itself. So I'm going to find them 50%. And so the amount of and I understand the body shop, it seems like you look cross-eyed at a car, it's going to cost you a couple of $1,000s. And so the amount, it does seem high, but I'm going to award 50% of the judgment, the amount of 50% of the damage estimate, which is a total of $655.04. And I'm not going to award for a rental car. We'll get compensated you'll get the filing fee of $50. Total judgment would be $705.04.
Thank you, Your Honor.
That'll be my ruling in this case. And you're free to leave the Zoom call.
Thank you.